Okay, we are back. It is Wednesday and it's officially back to work. No more vacation for me. So we are here with the dairy. Grabbing this fuel trailer. I've been doing a little bit of work off the recording, moving some fuel around, getting some fuel prepped so I can get some missions done. Kind of have one more that I might do. We might move that before we do our missions. But we got some new mod vehicles. I'm a little bit broke. I realized, so there was one other thing that I did off cam. I was looking at the Michigan completion and realized it said 99%. And I was looking through, if you know, you can I'll show you real quick. You can go to here. You know, it says 100%. But you can go to like contracts and tasks and that kind of thing and scroll down and see what you missed. And there was actually a contest. It was this one, which is just bring 3 things from the Smithville garage, pretty much like the warehouse east of the Smithville garage, to the farm. And I was like, why did I not do this one? So apparently I didn't do that one contest. So I went and did that a couple of times and bought a couple of mod trucks. We sold a couple of trucks. We got rid of the white Western Star. It bid it adieu. It's been a good run. And we got the what else did we get rid of? We got rid of something else. Can't remember now. The Azov we got rid of. The OG Azov. We replaced it with a different Azov. We'll show you once we get to the garage. I should say once we get to the Northport garage, because we're in White Valley currently. And there was one other truck that I got rid of that I don't... Oh, the Ankh. I brought the Ankh back to the garage and took a look at it and realized it is just the sideboard bed. There is no fuel add-on. There's no nothing for it. It's really not improved from what it was. So I said, you know what, this thing, I'm never going to use this thing. And instead of turning this in, here's my plan with this one. We might be turning it in a second after we grab some of the fuel out of it. So there's 2 scout trailers over here. One is almost empty, and the other is fairly full, but we're going to top them both off with this. I think this first one is the almost full one. Let's take a look. Refuel. Fill me up right away. Yeah, that one was almost full. Okay, so let's fill this one up. We can shut the engine off actually here. Refuel, yeah, here. Okay, so 705. Then we're going to go, actually we're going to use our trick. So much faster than scrolling. What did I want to do? Truck storage. Truck storage. Where is it? This guy. Yeah, see, we only have 25,000 left. We're pretty broke. Minus 8,500 for this thing. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make this thing into a fuel truck. We'll take 400 gallons out of it. And we're not going to turn this in yet because there's still like 200 or so gallons that we can use out of this thing. Refuel. Yeah, we can use little less than 200. It needs to be turned back in with 98. So we'll use up a little bit more of that before we turn it in. So I'm just going to go park this in the garage. But now we have fuel covered here in this map. Okay, let's go. I'm going to spoil it a little bit because we're going to go right and see it. I bought two mod trucks. One was a recommendation. There's the one that I wanted to show you first. So this one is not the one I was telling you about. It's one I was playing some couch Snowrunner and discovered how good this thing is, but how not overpowered it is. So it's got pretty standard engine choices. There is a custom 5-speed advanced special, but it's not fast. The suspension choices give you, there's like a heavy, and apparently there's one that you're supposed to use if you use the rescue add-on, which is like a big towing platform, I guess. These are actually winter tires that are really not that much more. They're like 3.4, I think, instead of 3.2 like normal mud tires. So they're really not that much more overpowered, but they're winter tires. I did put an autonomous winch on it. This thing, so it's not tons of fuel, right? It just gives you some spare wheels and repair parts and 27 gallons of fuel. So it doesn't give you a ton of extra fuel, which I kind of liked. This is the crane. It is a Tatra crane, and then I just put a flatbed on it because we're going to try some like sideways overloading possibly. And where's that thing? Heavy rescue add-on, this thing. So if you use this, you're supposed to use the other suspension, but it's like a ramped towing platform slash repair body slash fuel tank. And again, it's not like super tons of, and then there's 3 different fuel racks, and I gave the one with the most extra fuel. But again, it's not like tons of extra fuel. And look what I found. Work lights that turn on with reverse. So that's one of the things that I thought was kind of neat about this add-on. Not much, like I said, it's not super overpowered. And we bought the Dairy Special 15CX. Man, is this thing expensive. But we are gonna give it a whirl. But before we do that, I just kind of wanted to get this thing out here. There's some ideas of where I would like fuel. We already have fuel. If we look on the map, we already have fuel up here. And we have fuel at the garage here. So I want something sort of like over here. And I think I'm going to park it maybe like right here by the factory. That's how we're going to take this guy. Take a little trip. Just kind of spread some fuel around a little bit. Either that, or maybe I'll put it at this fuel station over here. Because I feel like we'll be passing that quite a bit. Yeah, why don't we do that? Get some fuel spread out around. I took the GMC fuel truck actually out and parked it in Pedro Bay, over by where the Unicorn and the Lodestar are. Even though there's 2 big fuel, I figured those 2 big fuel trailers are sort of in good spots where they are, and I just wanted that one sort of at the parking in the entrance area. So now we got fuel everywhere. Guess the only thing that once we start doing White Valley, we'll probably move some more fuel there, but I think we're okay for now. Could always just take that now fuel truck cat out that way. And this thing is kind of weak, isn't it? I know it's got a full fuel tank on it, but oh, help if I was in the high or low, huh? So I have plans to try. I don't know which one I want to try out. We'll decide. I think it's going to be, I don't know yet. Maybe we'll do the Jerry special. I was playing on a mirror with those mods, by the way. And the other one, which I can show you, we'll show you once we get to the garage again. There's a couple of other ones that I have available to me, I just didn't have the money for. The other Azov, which was the 10x10 Azov, is actually made by the same mod maker that makes that dairy special. So it's very similar. I think it has a little bit more fuel, but it doesn't have any custom tires. So you lose out on the custom tire option, which for a Mer is not very good. Go right here. I feel like the dairy special is slightly more tippy feeling, like when you're going over uneven surfaces and bouncing, but that could be the suspension choice. I was trying different ones and I think I used a stiff one because I had the crane on, and maybe it's not the right one. And then I swapped from the pneumatic to something else, I forget, and it was like way more bouncy. So I think the pneumatic is definitely the better choice for that one. But yeah, the Azov doesn't have as much suspension choices, and it doesn't have any custom tires. Let's just leave this guy up here a bit. Park him off the road. Like right about there. Feel like we'll be passing here. Okay, so let's go back to the garage. Move to garage. So let's go to the store here quick. Here is that mod scout that I was talking about. Just to preview it. There is, I tend to use this tow and haul one just because it has infinite amounts of torque. So it never has a problem like hauling a trailer up a hill. And then there's gearboxes that go with it, whether you want to go like super fast or not. There's a tow and haul suspension, so you can tow trailers. Tire options are basically infinite. And then they even call this one the cheater tire. Hey, look at the spec: dirt 7, mud 8, pavement 7, and ice. So it's like as good as you can get, pretty much. Different winch options. There's all sorts of different bumper options and cosmetic options, and it has a built-in radar by default. I don't know if it's, maybe it's an option. Different hitches. You can have goosenecks. You could actually have a flatbed. You can change this over to a flatbed. Where is, yeah, there's an extra fuel tank now. Bed configuration. Yeah, here's the flatbed, which you can put a gooseneck on as well. You can have even more repair parts on that one. And then here's the damage controls, where you can just turn damage off basically for everything. And look at all the different goodies. Fuel tank, repair parts, 1-click max goodies, 3,000 repair parts, 20 spare wheels, and 793 gallons of fuel. So yeah, it's slightly, and there's this one which is like less overpowered, but it's still ridiculous. So yeah, here's it's this, I don't even know if 9AE PAE, same mod maker makes the dairy special as this one. But like I said, it's significantly cheaper to buy, so half the price basically. Engine choices are pretty standard. There's one that gets pretty decent fuel economy. It's actually slightly more fuel consumption, I think, even with that engine, than the dairy special. Transmission choices are pretty standard, nothing custom. And again, there's really only two. There's an active soft and an active, and I don't think either of them are really that bad. But yeah, just standard tire choices. You can only get the chains. There's no custom tires. Let's see, winch. You can do an autonomous winch. Spare wheel is just a spare wheel. Here's the thing. Where's the thing? You can do the same crane. Oh wait, there's a different one here. Let me show you. This one, service module with crane. You can still fit the 2-slot bed behind it and a trailer. It's got 48 gallons of fuel, so it's got a little bit extra fuel. And then there's also a roof mount as well. Or you can do just this base service trunk as well. But yeah, it's also got the buddy too, by the way, because it's the same add-on maker, different one. Where is there? So the rooftop supplies is another 37. So it's slightly more extra fuel, slightly more repair parts if you use the 2-slot bed with the crane and the extra stuff. But it's just like I said, the no extra tires killed it for me. So we're gonna use the dairy special instead. And then that's this one that we showed you. That's the super powered Azov. What other mod trucks did I want to show you guys? Oh, my favorite one, my favorite Scout, which I use. It's not overpowered either. $15,800. The Burb side. It is a old Chevy Suburban, 2 engine choices. They're not really super powered. The gearboxes are not. There's a manual transmission that you can use. Kind of interesting. And then I just use the off-road suspension. Keeps it going kind of slow. And then there's damage enabled suspension or not damage enabled. And it lifts it up a little bit, but it's dependent on which way you want to play it. And then tires are all overpowered, but not overpowered, if that makes sense. They're all like rated excellent, but they all tend to, like, you can still get stuck in real deep snow and real deep mud, so you still have to like use your winch, just because it's a Scout, right? But this is what I tend to use, is one of these two, the ice studded tires. And then autonomous Scout extended, snorkel options, frame add-ons. They have a lot of cool like side steps and that kind of thing that give you more winch points. They have a trailer hitch that you have to add if you want to tow trailers, and it tows it does tow just Scout trailers. And then there's these little fuel tanks that can go in the back. They're actually, if you see, they're in the back here. Like if I'm changing it, you see it change. And this one has no fuel, but a little bit of repair parts. And so this is kind of like what's in the bed of the Chevy, right? Like it's nothing huge. And that one has the most fuel. And then this is really the only overpowered thing. So there's a roof rack that you have to add for 200, but then it costs 5,000 to put on a fuel tank of 53 gallons with 1 spare wheel and 5,000 repair parts. So the repair parts is the overpowered part, the fuel not really. Like you can't even really fill anything with 53 gallons, but it does let you go for a while with scouting. So that's how I feel like this thing is not super overpowered. I like it. Like I said, and it looks great. Oh, no. I forgot to show you the best thing. Where is this thing right here? This is the best add-on right here. This spring antenna, like when you're driving through bouncy off-road trails, that thing is just whipping all over the place. It looks great. So, but that's pretty much my my add-on list. The JB. Do I still have the Paystar? I'm not even using this thing. I should turn this add-on off. I don't like it. It uses too much gas. That was one of the ones I was testing. The Fleet Star though is pretty good. That we have. That's our unicorn. And wherever the Voron is somewhere probably under the V's. So let's put a low saddle on this thing. Oh, we already did put a low saddle. Various. Why does it keep recommending me to put on things? I don't want to put on things. If saddle high. Apparently I was going to use this thing. Okay, we got to find the task. It is that one. That's the one we're going to do. Let me make a path to go get it. And I believe this is through the super mud. Through the big mud pit. Oh, and it's night. Yeah, this thing just sips fuel. It's the one thing I noticed about it. It's not very fast. And it does not use a lot of fuel. Which is good. Oh, you know what? This thing got... yeah. Change suspension mode. Lift it up a little bit. We're going to be going through some of the deep stuff. I really like the rear steering. I feel like the, so this thing does not steer as well as the Azov 5319 from the same mod maker does. That was the one thing that the Azov had a better turning circle. It's a little bit shorter. I think they cram it a little bit tighter. Or the tires aren't as big or something. They both, tended to have the tendency, at least in a mirror, to take some unnecessary damage from like those ice plates that are around when you're crossing the ice flows. So I figure they're pretty similar in that regard. But yeah, this one with the little bit better tires, I feel like was a better choice. It's way more expensive though. You have to have enough funds. After selling a bunch of vehicles, I barely had enough. So we're committed to this one. Okay, here's the super mud. On the edge, it's doing okay. Ooh, that's deep. Yeah, I would feel like the chained MHS1 tires on that other truck probably would have been a little bit worse through there. A little bit slower. Yeah, and then after this, we should have time for at least one other task. Take a look and see what we can do. And we're going to use the Azov, the 5319 for that one. And I give you a little tour of both. This thing is pretty good though. Like I said, the 5319 that I found, that 5319 special is what it's called, is like a really stable, I feel like I'm not going to tip that thing over quite easily truck. And it's an 8x8, which is still an upgrade from pretty much everything we have. Because everything we have so far is a 6x6 pretty much, except for the old Azov. I guess the wind steer is an 8x8 technically, just not, it's 4x4 right now. 4x8, you should say. Rear wheel drive, no all wheel drive option yet. Yeah, turning radius on this is a little bit wide. I wouldn't take this thing through those really tight back paths. Okay, let's make our route through this way and then to the port. Remember to take wide turns, check my corners. Try and keep the trailer from getting hung up, you know? These are some of my favorite missions, though. What's this trailer gonna do over this? A little bit of a lean. Try and turn into it, and then it wants to pull it back, hopefully. Oh, whoa, whoa, hey, 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 hey. Settle down. When in doubt, throttle out. Just keep pulling. Hope it doesn't yank me over. Oh, did I do a dumb? I think I rubbed. I wasn't minding my trailer length. Okay, here comes the mud pit. I'm gonna definitely stay to the right side again. Seems to be the best way, because there's trees there in case I have to winch. I was high in this thing. Not. It's a good pace. I didn't do the top engine in this thing either. I did I think the one below it. And there's one that I don't have because I didn't do Ontario. Haven't even been there. Never even set foot in that region. Rub some trees. See if I can just keep going. Can't see my tires. It's too dark out. Just going normal low. Can't see if they're spinning. I'm sure they are. Oh yeah, since it's nighttime, we'll have to try putting it in. Oh, this is not the truck with the reverse. Hopefully we get to the other truck before it turns daytime. So we can see the reverse lights or work lights. Let's attempt to not take out the sign. Let's see if I can make the turn. Nope, took out the sign. Well, sorry, sign. I still went over the guardrail with it. I am not a truck driver. I've played lots of games like this. One of the fun ones that, for PC at least, is Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. Those are they get a little boring over time because it's like the paths are just the same path pretty much. You're going back and forth, but man, is that game fun to play with the steering wheel. I have still a working old G27 Logitech steering wheel. The only thing that sucks is setting it up and like having it somewhere I can use it while still being able to use my keyboard. Like I have to like put a keyboard off to the side or something. I think how I used to do is I used to have a wireless keyboard that I would like keep on the side of my desk. Because there's still things you need your keyboard for in that game. I feel like can't use the button pad on the G27 to do everything. Got quite a few hours into that game. It's pretty, like I said, it's just a lot of long, tedious drives. Just really fun to do with the steering wheel though. Especially the really big, long loads like these. Am I going to rub the building? Probably. That's okay. It didn't need paint on that side. Okay. Let's just leave this guy here. Park him off to the side. It's got some good looking lights in the front. They're not super LED bright. Okay, to the garage. To the garage. Okay, let's take a look at the contracts first. Or what do we got for tasks, I guess? Let me take a peek. Oh, not Black River, Northport. I'm just gonna take a peek at some of what these drilling site, large pipe, truck with crane, polar base, curtain side trailer, fine radio station, there's another fuel tanker here. It's a deliver a fuel carrier. Oh, there's that fuel carrier trailer as well out there. And there's a lot of tasks out here. Oh, that's where it is. So there's this guy needs to go here. Except it's like wasted fuel. There's an abandoned supplies task. Delivering this curtain side trailer, I think, to here. So it looks like the same task, right? So we could do those. Find radio station. I don't know where that one is. And then this one we need to pick up a 4-slot tube with a crane, it says. Lost service trailer. What is that one? What is this one? Unfortunately, I should have done that one when I was... Oh no. I don't know what that one is. Huh. Why don't we head this way? We're gonna head around this way with the the new Azov, and I guess we'll just leave it how it is with the flatbed. Okay, first things first. I just want to see work lights. Oh, it's in the crane's in the way. Well, it is what it is. Oh, I didn't have the lights on. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Now you can actually see it. That's not terrible. It's better than nothing. Top this thing off. Refuel. Yeah, this thing still has plenty of gas. What is this one? Bags on ice. Truck with crane. Deliver to the house for cement. Why don't we do that one? Why don't we do that? We have a crane. We have a truck that we can overload. Let's go do that one. Need my mouse again. Go see what this one's all about. So yeah, again, this thing's not like turbo fast, right? And again, I don't have the best engine. I think I have like the second from the best, just because it's better fuel economy. It's not the greatest when you're in auto, but here, watch this. You put it in high. Now we're hovering between 1 and 2 gallons per minute. So it's pretty good in high. It's slow, but that's okay. Slow's good. Slow is safe. Real good turning radius. It's a lot better than the stock 5319, I feel. And it's just super stable feeling. Like, it'll get bounced around and stuff, but the suspension actually moves independently, it feels like. You did a good job tuning the suspension to not be, like, super overpowered, but also feel like it's useful. And it's got the good big Tatra crane on it, too. It's coming into daytime. And definitely, that was one of the settings I feel like I got spot on. So the New Game Plus gives you the option to do double daytime. So daytime lasts twice as long, but nighttime is still present and you can't skip. And I feel like it's just the right choice. My PlayStation 5 save has it set to just be daytime all the time, so I don't feel like dealing with night. Okay, let's see. I'm assuming we have to deliver them here. Yep. And they are scattered about here. Okay, so not bad. So let's just go around the circle. We'll pick everything up and then we'll come back through. So yeah, this thing doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have a ton of extra fuel, but it doesn't use a ton of fuel, and it has 106 gallons to begin with, so it's like, I would say equivalent probably to like the DLC Zix, where it's got a ton of fuel, but it uses a ton of fuel, and it also carries a ton of fuel. Where this doesn't carry a ton of fuel, but it just gets better mileage. So it's sort of equivalent. Oh, I have a suspension mode for this thing too. One thing I noticed with this crane is it doesn't like multiple inputs at the same time. Okay, why are you... Go where I want you. Can I pack that so it's on the front spot? Yes. Change. Restore crane. Yep, go up. Go up a wee bit. But yeah, like I said, these tires aren't like super, like this is some deep snow and it's going through it, but I mean, you can tell it's like being held back by it. And when I was doing my Amur testing in the super snow that turns like into that icy blue color when you drive through it, it was like you need a winch. So it was not to the point where you can just drive through it. You still need to pick smart lines. Let's try the anchors here. And these were sort of on a little bit of an angle. Anchor, anchor, anchor. I gotta figure out if there's a way to make the button assignments say something different, because I feel like going back and forth from PlayStation 5 to this, I get messed up with the fact that it's not PlayStation controls. Thinks it's a Xbox controller, and I don't know Xbox things. Restore crane. We'll have to start looking for the... I don't know if there's a pipeline that needs to be repaired yet in this zone. I don't think so. I think it's in the other ones. I think we're going to start looking for those, I think, first when we go to a different map. Where's my turn? Oh, it's back there. Okay. It's the icy path, and they're both in the ice. Thus the name of the task, Bags on Ice. Yeah, this is a fun truck. I'm a big fan of this one so far. I said it's not super, it doesn't have that like I'm going 8 million miles per hour, I must slow down feeling. Yet it's faster than the OG Azov. Maybe by a little, you know, not by a lot. The only thing I noticed with this crane, it doesn't like overloading stuff into this first slot. Maybe like that. Okay, there we go. You have to like force it to go into that spot. Let's not knock it off. Like it doesn't really like putting stuff. Yeah, I was like super overloading the heck out of it in my testing. I had 5 pieces of cargo, I think, on one going through Amur ice. It was fun. It worked. It worked. That's all that matters. Okay, let's go down. Can I force you down? No. There we go. Oh, crap. See, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't like overloading stuff. Like, you're almost better off here. I'll show you what I did. You're almost better off just 3 stacking it on the back spot because it's such a tall crane. Then you just pinch both of the 2 overloaded ones. Like, the crane is extremely good. It's just not, doesn't have the articulation to be in the right spot. Yeah, this is what I did for the 5 cargos. I put 2 and 2, and then the third one was a 3rd row high. Okay, we'll just go like that. And it's definitely strong enough to just keep holding those down. Just have to watch for bridges, I guess. Make sure you can clear bridges. It's got a very loud air brake noise, like the air pressure releasing. I am going the right way, correct? I believe so. Yeah, we just have to turn here. But yeah, see what I mean? How it's like, just feels really stable. It's moving around a little bit, but it's, even with it stacked 3 high on the back there, it doesn't feel like it's gonna tip too easily. I guess you can kind of go like that and pack it, but just doesn't help with the first one, you know, or the second one, I should say. The overloaded one. Here. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Let's see if we got any. That's White Valley. White Valley. Mountain River. Mountain River. Polar Base. What's this? This is a big order. 4 bricks, 2 fuel, and 1 metal beams. I don't want to start that just yet. Logs to the... That's going to be a logging mission. Sawmill. I wonder if this is actually a trick. You can... Tip of the day time. Click on it, and it'll tell you what it's got. Medium logs, long logs. Which it does. So you get both. It's just some hauling from there to there. 2 medium logs, 1 log. That's a double trip. 1 medium log, 1 long log. 8 bricks. Yikes. I don't have that one unlocked yet. Drilling. This one we were going to do at some point. Cargo container and medium pipes. To there. Why don't we do that one? We can do that one. We can probably overload this. What is at the warehouse? The medium pipes are at the warehouse, so we got to go there second. Wait a minute. Here's... Oh. Cargo container or this warehouse. Okay, that works. We'll go to this... Go to the port, pick up a cargo container first. Good thing we unlocked that path that one time, huh? So we can just go this way. Don't understand why it does that sometimes. We'll just go here first. It's just like selecting the port. Oh shoot, except I didn't start the task. Which one was it? This one. See if we can squeeze. Actually, yeah, let's try it. I have an idea. The reason why I decided I wanted to try a flatbed. Do some sideways loading. Means you have to do more crane work once you get to your destination, because nothing is packed. But as long as your path is wide enough for you, should be fine. Yeah, and in full throttle mode in auto, it's definitely uses more fuel than the dairy, that's for sure. But in high, I mean, this is not really that slow. It's like as of, you know, levels of pokey, but just sipping fuel. Sorry, had a bit of a cough there. Get this. Boy, would be sure nice if you could, is this gonna let me side load this? Possibly. We're just gonna leave it hooked up now. We'll drive it there hooked up, and then we'll, I guess we'll see if we can't just, maybe we'll try mounting it off the front again. That was actually pretty fun. I wonder if this crane can even get it high enough to get on top of that. We'll find out. These cargo containers are pretty tall. I am going to do this in one trip, though. Where do I need to turn? Oh, shoot. I should have went the other way. Well, we can go through this path right here. See how it does off-road. It is an off-road truck after all. See how it does around that bend. I think this is the one that has that bend that kind of hung up that, I believe, the Light Western Star. This thing turns pretty good though. It's got a pretty good sharp turning radius. Yeah, I believe it's this rock right here. Just fine. Like how the effect, especially if you like bump into a tree that doesn't break, and like the snow falls off the pine. It's a cool effect. It would probably be way too much, but like if there was like snow overhanging on these rocks and that kind of thing, and you'd like drive past and honk your horn and it like all like avalanches down off the sides of the rocks, be kind of neat. Speaking of, oh, that's a good horn. It's a loud one. All the birds flying away. Suppose we can go a little faster, can't we? I don't think we're in low gear territory here. Like I said, it's not, this is about full speed. It's not super fast. Feels very controlled though, going fast. All right, medium pipes. Let's see. We're gonna have to put these somewhere. You know what, I should see if I have this task before I forget. Nope. I was really bad about doing that at the beginning of the series, even though I said I wanted to do it. Okay, medium pipes onto loading platform. Let's see how high this crane can lift stuff. Oh, that'll work. Come on. I gotta get a little higher here and try and turn it. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. It even pinches it too. Okay. Let's go take this extremely hot top-heavy load over to the drilling site. And that's where we're going to end the episode. In fact, I'm just going to make a path over there. Sure. But that is where we're gonna leave it for today. Hope you liked my bit of a mod showcase. We're gonna continue building our fleet with stronger vehicles because we're going to be going to harder areas. I think the plan is we are gonna, after we get done with this and we get to Tamir, because we're gonna have to go through Tamir, which is also really muddy, we will possibly go to Kola Peninsula right away, or we might even go to Amur right away. I've been thinking about it, and I think we can do it. But we'll see what happens. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.